Welcome. My name is Dominique, and today we will flow through a yoga practice designed to help support our lymphatic system. Our lymphatic system is a part of our immune system, and it helps to eliminate toxins and harmful substances in our bodily tissues and all throughout our body. It also helps to regulate and balance the fluids in our body as well. There are many ways that we can support our lymphatic system, and 3 of those include movement and exercise, breath work, and hydration. We will focus on 2 of those today, which will be movement or exercise and breath work. No props are required for this practice, but as always, you are welcome to invite any props in that you feel you might need throughout the practice. We will start in a seated position for our first few poses, and then we will move to our feet. So today we focus on yoga poses that are said to help support the lymphatic system. So once you have your mat rolled out and you're ready to go, you will meet me in a simple seat. It does not matter which leg is crossed in front. And then you can bring your hands on top of the knees, integrity through the spine, chin parallel to the earth. Then allow the eyes to close. Start to notice the breath. Inhales and exhales through the nose. If you are pregnant or think you might be pregnant, you can keep the breath through the mouth. And we'll take a few moments here, cultivating that awareness on the breath. And eventually the breath deepens, filling the navel space more completely as you inhale and emptying it completely as you exhale. A few more rounds of breath just like that. Then wherever you are in your breath cycle, empty the breath completely. Together we inhale through the nose, open mouth, sigh, release. 2 more, inhale through the nose, open mouth, sigh, let that go. Last one, in through the nose, open mouth, sigh, release. And if your eyes are closed, you can flutter them open to watch where we're going next. We will move through some alternate nostril breathing. So we will lift our right hand up, take your left hand, make it into a ball, and then cross your left arm in front of the body, and you will use that left hand to help support your right arm. For alternate nostril breathing, we will use our right thumb and our right ring finger. You can either keep all the fingers open, which is what I like to do, or you can close the first 2 fingers if you would like. So just to practice real quick, we will plug our right nostril. Then you'll inhale through the left. You'll bring ring finger to the left nostril, and then you release your thumb and exhale through the right. Then we just reverse that. Inhale through the right. Plug with the thumb, release with the ring finger, exhale to the left. So that's what it's going to look like. So now we'll actually move through a few rounds of that. So we'll set up where we are. Our right arm is supported by our left arm. No hand right now. Take an inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Seal the lips. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out the nose. This time we plug right nostril. Inhale through left nostril. Plug left, release right, exhale through right. Inhale through right. Plug right, release left, exhale through left. Inhale through left. Plug left, release right, exhale through right. Inhale through right. Plug right, release left, exhale through left. 2 more full rounds. Inhale left. Plug left, release right, exhale right. Inhale right. Plug right, release left, exhale left. One more full round. Inhale left. Plug left, release right, exhale right. Inhale right. Plug right, release left, exhale left. Release your hands on top of the knees. You can keep your eyes closed. And then find a natural cadence with the breath. Let that go. And if eyes were closed, begin to flutter them open. We extend the arms alongside the body, cupcake the fingertips. So you'll find a stretch down through the arms and slightly through the neck. Take a moment here. Allow the arms to open up. And then you'll begin to drop your right ear to right shoulder. Open up the left side of the neck. You can stay here, or you can start to bring your chin down towards your right armpit. And perhaps you floss up and down. So there's lots of variations here. You can stay in the position that we first did with our ear towards the shoulder and the chin parallel, or you can just stay with the chin down towards the armpit. Otherwise, you can find movement, a little gentle floss left and right. And then eventually we will hold in one shape, one position. Then keep the right ear to right shoulder and start to drape your left arm behind the back. Breathe here. Perhaps you start to find the floss again. We find stillness one more time. It can be in the same position with the neck that you had, or you can switch it up to the other one. And then perhaps you take your right hand and start to very gently slide your fingers on top of the neck. So very, very, very light pressure. And if you're using your right hand to very gently massage the left side of the neck, you'll release your right hand back down. We'll release our left hand back outside of left hip and then come back up to neutral. This time we will look beyond right shoulder, hold and breathe here. One more round of breath. And then come back to center. We'll move to the other side. This time our left ear drops to left shoulder. Allow the right side of the neck to open up. And then if you feel ready, you can bring your chin down towards left armpit. If not, stay where you are. And then of course, again, you have that option to floss if you would like. Eventually we find stillness. Choose your position of the neck, of the chin. And then we drape the right arm behind. We start in stillness first, and then if you feel ready for a little bit of movement or a change of position, you're welcome to invite that in. And then of course, the option for the floss. And then one more time, we find stillness here. Then if you would like, you can use your left hand to help support some drainage as you very, very gently slide your fingers down right side of neck. And if you're using your left hand, release it back to the mat. We release our right hand back to the mat. Both fingertips are cupcaked. Then we release our right hand to the mat. Both hands are in the cupcake position, and release your chin back to parallel. We gaze over left shoulder. Couple of rounds of breath here. And then release back to center. Inhale, gather the arms up overhead. As you exhale, you'll find a seated twist over towards the right. So left hand to right knee, right hand on the earth behind. Lift. Keep integrity through the spine as you gaze beyond right shoulder. Now you can stay here with the right hand on the earth behind you, or you can wrap your right hand behind the back. Perhaps you use your left hand for a little bit of leverage, for a little bit of a deeper twist. And if the hand is draped behind the back, release it so it's back down on the floor. And then very gently release back to center. Inhale, arms sweep up overhead. Exhale, other side, simple twist, right hand, left knee, integrity through the spine. Gaze beyond your left shoulder. Same option on this side to drape the arm behind the back. Perhaps you use your right arm for a little bit of leverage. And then if you have your left arm behind the back, release left hand back down to the floor. And then release the twist. Now begin to pivot towards the front of the mat. You'll find your way into a tabletop. We'll move through a few rounds of cat-cow. So knees are underneath the hips, hands are underneath the shoulders. Inhale, drop the belly, gaze goes up. Exhale, round through the back, tuck the chin. We do that again. Inhale, drop the belly, gaze goes up. Exhale, round. Keep flowing through your cat-cow. Take your time. You can move at your own pace here. We have a couple of more rounds. Last full round of cat-cow. And then we meet in neutral tabletop. Gazes down to the earth in front of you. Tuck the toes, lift the hips to the sky, down dog. Adjust as you need, and it's okay if you have a generous bend in your knees. You can pedal through the feet or stay still. Ears in line with the biceps. Think tailbone up towards the corner of where the ceiling and the wall meet. A few more rounds here. If you haven't found stillness yet, go ahead and do so. You can take a round of cleansing breath for this last breath in down dog if you would like. Then inhale, lift the heels. As you exhale, bend the knees for turbo dog. Inhale, extend through the legs. Exhale, drop the heels, down dog. Begin to ripple forward into a plank. Then bend through the knees, turbo dog.
Extend the legs, down dog. Inhale, ripple forward to a plank. We'll make this movement as one. Exhale, pass through turbo dog into down dog. So we're moving through spinal rolls. Inhale, make your way forward to a plank. Exhale, turbo dog into down dog. Now see if you can make that one fluid movement as you ripple forward. Bend the knees, extend the legs, and just keep moving. Try to get 3 or more full rounds. Last time here. And then we meet in down dog. Begin to walk the feet towards the hands at the top of the mat. Forward fold. Grab opposite elbows, allow yourself to hang heavy here. Release the neck, drop the crown of the head towards the mat, and perhaps you start to find a sway left and right. And if you have a grip of opposite elbows, you can try a different variation. By bringing the hands to the low back, you'll interlace the fingers, and then you'll extend through the arms, lifting the hands up towards the ceiling. So we're reversing the natural flow of how the arms and the hands usually lay. And then release the hand packet to low back. And we all meet in a forward fold with the arms extended and the crown of the head towards the mat. Bend through the knees, inhale, lift up, chair pose, arms overhead. Exhale, hold in your chair. So it's up to you if you would like your legs to be wider apart or closer together. The closer the feet are together, the more of a balance and stability challenge you will have. A couple more rounds of breath here. Then keep both knees bent. You'll shift your weight into left foot, step your right foot back, lower down, low crescent lunge. You can adjust here if you need, and then untuck your right toes. Arms are still overhead. Take a moment. Notice your breath. Notice the sensations throughout the body. Check in here. One more full round of breath in low crescent lunge. Then as you exhale, bring the hands inside of left foot, tuck right toes, pivot, and find your way towards the long side of the mat for a wide-legged forward fold. Then release the crown of the head, breathe here. For this first round of Skandasana, we'll stay high. So start to shift the weight over towards the right as you bend right knee. And then make your way over towards the left. We flow back and forth here. Stay high. One more pass through to each side. And then once you have evened it out, we meet in a wide-legged forward fold. Heels in, toes out. Start to bend through the knees. And then walk your hands up towards the thighs as you lift yourself up. Now you can have your fingers in towards the inner thighs if you would like, and then start to drop your right shoulder down. We move to the other side, this time left shoulder.
You can keep flowing back and forth here. Take your time. Last one to each side. And then we extend through the legs, wide-legged forward fold. Start to pivot towards right foot at the back of the mat. Frame your right foot. Then shift your weight, lift left foot up in the air. You're in a standing split. Hold here. Now you can keep a closed hip or an open hip variation, whichever you would like. And then eventually release left foot to meet the right forward fold at the back of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, gather energy, come all the way up to standing. Exhale, prayer hands to chest, Samastitihi. Take a moment, check in. Then inhale, lift the arms up overhead. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release in your forward fold. Now it's up to you. You can take the other variation that we took as you interlace the hands at the low back. If you're interlacing the fingers, do an opposite interlace. And then you can extend through the arms as you lift the hands up towards the ceiling. Breathe here. We're all in a forward fold. And if hands are up towards the ceiling, release them to low back. We all release the arms down towards the mat. Then as you inhale, bend through the knees, lift yourself up, chair pose. Arms up overhead, neutral pelvis. Neutral neck. We have a few rounds of breath here. Last two. And then we keep both knees bent, weight shifts into right foot this time, step left foot back, lower down, low crescent lunge, untuck left toes, arms are overhead. Hold here in low crescent lunge. Arms are still up, fingertips towards the ceiling. Create space between your ears and the shoulders. Allow left hip to gently open. One more full round of breath here. Then on your next exhale, hands come inside of right leg, tuck left toes, pivot to long side of the mat, forward fold. And then inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, Skandasana over towards the right. You can go into a deeper variation this time. And then flow over towards the left. So it's up to you how fast or slow you would like to go. Move at your own pace, your own cadence, back and forth. One more to each side. And then we all meet in a wide-legged forward fold. Heels in, toes out, bend through the knees. This time we have a horse pose variation. So you can walk the hands out. Breathe here. Last round. And begin to extend through the legs, hands underneath the face. Start to walk the hands to frame left foot, pivot. You're facing the front of the mat.
Lift right leg up, standing split. Again, it's up to you if you would like an open or a closed hip variation. Then we release our right foot to meet the left, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release, bend through the knees. Inhale, gather energy, come all the way up to standing. Exhale, prayer hands to chest. Take a moment here, find your breath. Perhaps you take an inhale through the nose and an exhale out the mouth. Ujjayi. Then inhale, lift the arms up overhead. Exhale, release into a fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. This time we step back into a down dog. You can pedal through the feet if you would like, or you can stay static, your choice. Couple of more rounds of breath here. Then release the knees down to the earth for tabletop. So I am going to spin towards the long side of the mat. You might want to do the same as we move into a frog pose. So you'll start to walk the knees out. This doesn't have to be a deep expression. You want to go as far as you can, still keep your ankles in line with the knees. Okay, so a big thing here is hips in line with knees, knees in line with ankles. So you don't want to go so wide that you can't keep that alignment. Then you'll start to walk the forearms down towards the mat. If you can bring your chest and chin to the earth, you're welcome to do that as well. We will hold for quite a few breaths, so you don't have to take a super deep variation here to feel the effects or to reap the benefits. And then at any time, if you feel like you're starting to shift, just look back, check in. Are hips in line with knees, knees in line with ankles. And then breathe. This one can feel very difficult for many, so if it starts to feel as though you're restricting your breath or clenching through your face, just go ahead and widen the stance of the knees. And then once you find the proper position, deep inhales and exhales. Release the low jaw, perhaps you wiggle it left and right. Just a few more rounds of breath here. Then if your forearms or chest and chin are on the mat, start to walk your way up. So you'll bring your hands to the mat and then very gently walk your knees back in. Then we'll just go ahead and spin around and extend the legs out towards the front of the mat. You can have bent knees here and then arms alongside the body, chin to the chest, roll yourself back. You can keep the knees bent because we'll go ahead and bring them into the chest and then extend the feet up towards the ceiling for waterfall. Now, if you do not have a wall close to you, stay in this variation. If you were like me and can easily spin into legs up the wall, then I would suggest going into legs up the wall. So since I have a wall right here, I will take that variation. And then it's up to you if you want to keep the arms alongside the body. You can bring them overhead, or you can even lift the arms up as well for either a sleeping tiger or sleeping tiger variation if your legs are up the wall. So we're reversing the flow. Generally, when we're in an upright position, our legs are beneath us and arms are alongside the body with the hands down towards the hips. So we're inverting both. We're inverting our feet, and then if you have your hands up towards the ceiling, you're inverting
your hands and your arms. You might even start to feel the drain down the arms and the legs. And if your arms start to feel tired holding them up, you can always bring them back alongside the body. If you do not have a wall and you're in waterfall pose, you can take breaks by bringing the knees into the chest and then extending them back up. Choose whichever variation works best for you in this moment. And perhaps you close your eyes and allow yourself to sink deeper. A few more rounds of breath. And then whichever variation you're in, we all meet with the knees into the chest. If you scooched over towards a wall, you can just shimmy, pivot, whatever it is you need to do to come back on your mat. If you were in a waterfall pose, you are perfectly set up for where we're going next. So knees are into the chest. You'll bring both knees over towards the left for a supine twist. Right arm opens up, gaze to the right. Both shoulder blades are planted on the earth, so take any adjustments you need for both shoulder blades to be on the mat. For those who've been practicing with me for a while, you know this is one of my favorites. We have a few more rounds of breath here. And then very gently start to release the twist, knees back into the chest. You can do a little rock left and right if you would like. You can even extend the legs back up towards the ceiling or make your way into a happy baby, whatever works best for you. Then eventually the knees will come back in towards the chest and we find a supine twist in the other direction. So start to drop the knees over towards the right. You can shift on your mat if you need to. Left arm opens up and gaze over towards the left. Both shoulder blades are on the mat. And allow yourself to sink into stillness. We have a few more rounds of breath. And slowly begin to release the twist. Knees come back towards the chest. You can do a little rock left and right. You can bring the feet back up towards the ceiling for a waterfall. You can take another round of happy baby. Take a moment to explore, to express. It's our last pose before we go into our Shavasana. And then we have two options for Shavasana today. So wherever you are, release the knees back in towards the chest. You can either extend one leg and then the other for a traditional Shavasana pose, or you can take a diamond shape for Supta Baddha Konasana. If you're in a diamond shape, the soles of the feet will be together, and the knees splay out to their respective sides. Then it's up to you where you would like to place your arms. You can have your arms alongside the body. You can have them overhead. You can have one hand to the heart, the other to the navel. You can have both on the navel. Plenty of options for you today. I'm going to take my arms overhead because I love Supta Baddha Konasana with arms overhead. If you've been practicing with me, you know that too. And then allow the breath to slow. Deep inhales and exhales. You can even take a final round of cleansing breath with an inhale through the nose and an exhale out the mouth. Natural breath. Perhaps as you inhale, you imagine the breath coming up through the feet, up through the legs, up the torso, and out of the crown of the head. And with the exhale, down through the crown of the head, through the torso, down the legs, and out of the feet. Inhale up through the body. Exhale down through the body. Inhale up through the body. Exhale down through the body. Letting go of tension, letting go of thoughts, letting go of should-bes, and allowing yourself to be here, be present. And of course, as always, you're welcome to pause the video and remain in as long as a Shavasana as you would like. If you are ready to move on from stillness, you'll invite awareness back to the breath. Notice the inhales and exhales, the rise and fall of the belly. If you're in Supta Baddha Konasana, you will extend your legs long. And then we all start to invite movement into the toes, the fingers, the wrists, the ankles, and the limbs. Eventually, inner ankles come together, arms extend overhead. Find a full body stretch here, allow low back to lift, and then release the knees into the chest. If you would like to go into a fetal pose, you're welcome to do so. Otherwise, gather just enough energy to rock yourself up into a simple seat. Eventually, a simple seat is where we all meet to close out practice. Once you arrive in your simple seat, we'll bring prayer hands together, thumbs press to the third eye. Today, we invite thoughts of love, compassion, positivity, and healing. Lower the thumbs to the mouth. Today, we speak words of love, compassion, healing, and positivity. Lower the thumbs to the heart space. Today, we open our hearts to give and receive love, compassion, healing, and positivity. Thank you so much for tuning in and flowing with me today. I look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you. As we close out, I would love to hear your feedback, so please be sure to leave me a comment below and like the video if you enjoyed. And if you have not already done so, please be sure to subscribe to my channel and share with all your friends. I will see you soon. Have a great day.